What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Shomes here with Canadian Consumer, and we're back again with another video. Today we're going to be discussing the NVIDIA Shield 2017 and the NVIDIA Shield 2019 and why it is that you might want to buy the former. So if you didn't know, the NVIDIA Shield 2019 just dropped recently and people have been going crazy for it. Anywhere you look, it's sold out, and in the second market, people are upcharging it like crazy. So for that reason, and a couple of other reasons that we're going to suggest in just a little bit, you might want to actually stick to the NVIDIA Shield 2017 model. The NVIDIA Shield 2017 model looks like this guy right here, and you'll notice that it's very similar to the NVIDIA Shield 2019 Pro. The profile of it is pretty much the same, the size of it very similar, and overall just the same kind of premium NVIDIA look that we're used to seeing. Now, like I said, we're going to be talking about some reasons why you'd want to stick with this guy here versus upgrading to the more expensive variant. As you know, again, Black Friday is just around the corner, so we can expect to see very deep discounts on a lot of tech. Now, because the NVIDIA Shield 2019 is so new, chances are you're not going to be able to find any good sales on that. However, you should be able to find some pretty great deals on the NVIDIA Shield 2017. So taking a look at the NVIDIA Shield 2017, it's got some pretty great specs, and a lot of them are very comparable to the NVIDIA Shield 2019, save for a few changes. And we're gonna take a look at those right here. All right, so let's take a closer look at the NVIDIA Shield 2017. So as we said, the form factor is very similar to what you're gonna get out of the NVIDIA Shield 2019. But what's important is what's actually on the inside of this guy right here. So the specs on these, this is currently the 2017 version, as we said, and it's running the Tegra X1 processor with built-in 256 core GPU. The only difference between this and the 2019 is that the 2019 version has the Tegra X1 Plus, but the GPU is still a 256 core. Both of these guys, the 2017 and the 2019, both have 3 gigs of RAM, which is more than enough to get anything that you want to get done on an Android box. A major difference between the 2017, which really, to me, in my opinion, isn't much of a drawback, is the fact that this guy here is actually running on Android 8.0, which is Android Oreo, for those of you who are unaware. Both models come with 16 gigabytes of storage. A very cool thing about this one, though, is that it actually has USB slots on it, so that you're able to expand the storage in that way. The 2019 version does give you the option to expand your storage with an SD card, but really and truly, most of us at this stage probably have our own external hard drive that we could just plug right in through USB. Another cool thing about this is that it has the built-in Google Assistant, which means you've got tons and tons of smart home functionality, and we'll actually talk about that a little bit later. Moving on, it's got the dual band Wi-Fi, so you're able to connect to that 5.0 gigahertz network that you have running through your house just to speed things up a bit for those of you who are doing heavy streaming. And then finally, it's got Bluetooth 4.1. So taking a look at the ports, very easy to see here. So we've got our 2 USB ports here. Those are USB-A 3.0. We've also got our HDMI input just right there. Gigabit Ethernet cable, and then this is just your standard 40-watt power adapter that connects into this guy here. So overall, it's a very slim profile, fits pretty much seamlessly into whatever your media setup might be for your house. And all in all, I think, as I said, with the 2017 version, you're really not losing that much by going ahead and grabbing this one versus moving up to the 2019 one that just came out, especially with all those crazy prices that we're currently seeing online. So next, moving on to the remote. Unfortunately for me, I've been having to use this as my remote to control the box. I also went out and just bought a USB air mouse, so it uses a little dongle, this little guy right here, to use it as your standard air mouse that you connect to a Android box. But I find that this does the job very, very well. The reason why I'm actually using this instead of the actual standard remote that comes with it is, unfortunately, we got a puppy and the puppy got a hold of the remote and was able to chew a hole right through it. But all in all, those remotes are actually very, very useful. Now, the cool thing about both of the remotes, both the remote and the controller, is that they both have a built-in microphone, which means you're able to use the Google Assistant hands-free sitting on your couch in order to launch lots of features on the box. In addition to that, they also have the ability to adjust the volume just right here. So there's a little touchpad right there, similar to the actual remote. The touchpad for the volume was kind of where your thumb is, right in the center of the remote. But this guy right here, you can just go up or down on this little sensor, and that'll actually adjust the overall volume of the NVIDIA Shield for you. Now you probably wonder if you're not really familiar with the Shields, why it is that it would come with this as an option as well. And that's because you can actually do a lot of gaming on the NVIDIA Shield devices. As we said, it has that Tegra X1 processor and a pretty good GPU. So you're able to run lots and lots of games, lots of premium games that you actually find on consoles and Steam. And so it just makes it a lot easier to use this remote to get that done. So it's got your standard Android buttons on it right here. So this is your home button. You got the pause button right here, and then also a back button just there. And like I said, very, very easy to use, very, very nice to use, has a good feel in the hands, and pretty much anybody can pick this up and go, versus the actual remote itself tends to confuse a lot of people. One major feature that I love about this, as I said, is it has that built-in Google Assistant functionality. So if you're somebody that has a smart home setup, then you're actually able to run a lot of your devices just from your NVIDIA Shield in your living room. So my wife and I, we don't have the most advanced smart home tech, but we've got some LED strip lights that we can control using our Google Assistant on the Shield. Whenever we want to turn the TV off, we just say, okay, Google, turn off the TV in the living room, and the controller will pick that up, do it for you. We can actually set our house alarm from using this remote. Lots and lots of different things that you can do all through the remote of the NVIDIA Shield. And I mean, and that's just scraping the surface. We haven't even actually talked about the device itself and how great it is as an Android entertainment center. But the amount of functionality that's just packed into this device, especially packed into that 2017 model, like I said, you're really not losing out on anything by using this instead of upgrading to that 2019 version. All right, so here's what you can expect to see while using your Shield on your television. So just to give you a quick look at what the interface actually looks like, and to show you just how speedy everything actually is. So like I said, everything's pretty snappy once you have it set up. You're really able to just go ahead and use it as you would any other Android device. So going through everything here, I know it's set up to my personal preferences, but you can change it to pretty much however you like it to be. So we've got your apps up here, and just like most Android devices, you're able to have the apps that you use the most up top, but then you also have your full app tray here. So you can see everything that I have currently on my box. Now I've set it up to have my shortcuts be Netflix and YouTube, along with Google Play Music, just based on how I use my box personally, but you don't actually have to do it this way. But this tends to be the way that's most convenient. So if you're someone that's, likes to watch a lot of Netflix, it's very cool to see your shows that you have been watching show up right here. So you can just continue and jump right in kind of right away. But then at the same time, when you get those Netflix emails about new movies coming out or whatever have you, it kind of puts them here for you, and you're able to just quickly watch them that way. Similar idea with YouTube. Once you sign into your YouTube account, you will generally start to see the channels that you watch the most. So we've got Pocket Now up. Usually I've got MKBHD up here, among other guys, Your Average Consumer, etc. And then my good buddy Rob St. John. So it's nice that it has those recommendations for me. So I'm not really having to spend much time searching around every time I turn my Shield on. And then, most people aren't really interested in the Shield for this reason, but it does have a lot of games on it. All these games are free and they stream, so you don't have to worry about downloading anything or anything like that. And that's when the gamepad really comes in handy. Here we have just Google Play Music. And again, because of all the Google Assistant functionality, it really becomes a nice media center for your house. So I'm able to play music from my Shield, but actually direct it to various speakers in my house. We've got Bluetooth speakers in the form of a Jambox, audio system in the basement, etc. And it's really nice to just be able to, jump on, say, okay, Google, pretty much anywhere in the house, and then have it pick up here and use my apps in that way. So Like I said, pretty straightforward, very nice to use. Lots of functionality. You can play around in the settings, just your typical Android settings here. So nothing that you wouldn't be used to if you're not already an Android user. If you are an iPhone user, like I said, very intuitive, very easy to figure out what you're doing. Once you have your box and you kind of know what it is that you want to do, or if you've got like IPTV servers or any kind of videos on demand, or maybe a Plex server or anything like that, very, very quick and easy to set up. You've got the App Store, you've got the Google Play Store available to you to make that all of that stuff easier, and then all the major streaming platforms already available to you on the Shield. So very seamless transition, very easy to get into and set up to your liking. And then just to show you an example, I'm going to use the mic on the controller actually, and let's see if I can get it to play. I don't know what's a movie that's currently on Netflix. We'll just do the Good Place. So okay, Google. Oh, it's picking up on my phone. Play The Good Place. Okay. Wait, let's try that again. Okay, Google. Play The Good Place on Netflix.
All right, opening Netflix.
So as you can see, it throws Netflix open, immediately starts up with a Good Place, and then I can just hit resume and keep watching. And like I said, you already know how Google functionality works, or Google Assistant functionality, so you can use it to actually control things in your house, and it becomes a very, very useful tool. So that's it for the interface side. Let's jump back out and get to our conclusion. And there you have it. Like we said, the NVIDIA Shield 2017 is actually a great device. You're better off just saving the extra money, grabbing this guy when it goes on sale on Black Friday, and you're really not gonna lose out on much whatsoever. Yes, you don't have that Tegra Plus processor, but at the end of the day, this is a very, very fast device and a very, very capable device. I mean, I hear it all the time. People ask me all the time about different Android boxes, what's the best option that they can get because they've seen this one and that one at the flea market, or they've seen this one on Amazon. And I would say almost 6-7 times out of 10, they end up picking one of those devices and it ends up being a lemon. After a couple of weeks, it doesn't really run as good as it should have. And I mean, that's not gonna happen if you just spend the extra money early, grab the NVIDIA Shield 2017. It's gonna be a lot cheaper than it is right now. I believe right now it's about $229 Canadian to grab this on Black Friday. Who knows, you might even see it at $199. So save yourself the money, save yourself the headache if you're looking at getting into the Android box market. I mean, this right here is a quality buy and it's gonna last you for a very long time. I've had mine for over 2 years and I've not had a single issue, zero slowdowns. It's still just as snappy as the day that I got it, and I'm still discovering new features, I feel like, on a weekly basis. So hopefully this has helped you out. If you've been looking at the two NVIDIA devices, or even if you've just been looking at Android boxes in general, if you have any questions, comments, issues with yours, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I hope this video has been informative and I hope I've helped you in making your choice. So that's it for me. Peace out, much love as always, and I'll catch you at the next video. 2 of them.